Since the Wind Waker HD's initial release date in September 20th, 2013, over 2 million people across the globe have sailed across the Great Sea to conquer Ganon and save Princess Zelda. A fraction of that 2 million have also embarked on a side quest to be named the hero of speedrunning in their attempts to hold the world record for their respective category by completing the game in the shortest time. In this video we will be exploring the world record progression of any percent where the player must get from the beginning of the game to the end by any means necessary in the quickest time. The main differences from the original game were figured out on day 1. First off, storage, a major glitch in the original, was patched, or at least very few useful ways of getting it. There's no tingle tuner, and so zombie hovering, a glitch heavily used in the original, has very few uses. Contrary to the standard edition, Twilight Princess HD is faster on the Spanish editions than on the Japanese because every language was sped up except for the Japanese version. The Triforce quest has been shortened, and a minor difference is you can't zombie hover into a loading zone. This is a huge pain for the Helmrock King skip. The newly added Swift Sail speeds up every sailing section by a lot, but executing this glitch is random and due to RNG, meaning that only 20% of each attempt will be successful. And the Trials skip, a glitch in both games, allows speedrunners to skip the trials. It's pretty much the boss refight area. I think it was the skip that saved the most amount of time before barrier skip was found. I'll be mentioning that later. The first official run of the game was completed on the day of the release by speedrunner Dunham CW. Sorry if I butchered your name, in 6 hours, 20 minutes and 33 seconds. That is a long time. The second day after the release, Gymnast86, I'll be mentioning him quite a lot, completed a run with a time of 5 hours, 13 minutes and 50 seconds, beating the previous run by over an hour. From this point onwards, Gymnast86 improved his time drastically over the coming months and always kept the top time on the leaderboards, with the exception of being beaten by 1 second around 2 weeks after the game's release by Finzenku. The first runs were mostly glitchless due to the fact that many were undiscovered. Saying this, runs did include some out-of-bounds glitches to skip sections of the game, in turn lowering their time. Good examples of this are the Medley Earth Temple boss key skip, the Tower of the Gods first floor skip, and the old password skip that used a plot. On December 20th, 2013, a new glitch was found: roll clipping. Roll clipping is done by being partway inside of a wall while hanging on a ledge. After climbing up the ledge, there is a single frame in which you must roll towards the wall. If you were far enough inside of it and rolled at the correct angle on the correct frame, you will roll through the wall. Thanks to that, an easier password skip, a small key skip in Earth Temple, and a better Helmrock King skip were found. Nap42 and Gymnast86 worked on executing the roll clipping glitch a lot, resulting in Gymnast improving the record even further in 2014. The same year, another notable sequence break was discovered by the teamwork of Gymnast86, Nap42 and Amar Bob. This was called Cabana Deed Skip. By using an L-slide clip or buckets to clip into the stairs using the cabana, you're able to get to a position where you can hookshot the mailbox from across the cabana. Using a frame-perfect bomb boost from an L-slide clip allows you to skip the cabana deed. This skip was notoriously hard and saved 5 minutes of joy pendant grinding and hide and seek playing to enter the cabana without the cabana deed. There's a Triforce piece inside here. Eventually the time was pushed down once again to 4 hours, 3 minutes and 15 seconds in the summer of 2014, and then a year later, Gymnast finally achieved the first sub 4 hour run with a time of 3 hours, 58 minutes and 35 seconds, which stood unchallenged for the next year. In July 2016, Jatana1 accidentally found a game-breaking glitch: item sliding. For some unknown reason, if Link is walking in a direction and then tries to walk in the opposite direction with the slightest tilt of the analog stick, otherwise known as ESS position, his speeds ends up increasing exponentially in the direction he was first walking. This allows Link to reach speed values that are so high the game will crash if the speed is released too late or charged for too long. To sum this glitch up, it makes you gain a ton of speed. Suslord, another runner, found a way to super swim with this glitch. The new glitch also made a sequence break called Early Master Sword to be discovered. That sequence break allows speedrunners to access Hyrule very fast. You can do it in less than 1 hour. However, without barrier skip, this was a dead end. For a year, the speedrunners Gymnast86, Linker7, Razornerns and Fuzziness fought for the world record, which ultimately ended with the discovery of the barrier skip in April 2017. Barrier skip is a sequence break in which the player can clip past the barrier encompassing Hyrule Castle. This skips the need to activate all the flags that are required to break the barrier and gives the player access to Ganon's tower early. There are 2 parts to being able to skip the barrier. The first part is the visible knockback barrier, which will constantly attempt to knock knock Link back to the castle when you're inside it. To cancel this effect, you must get knocked down by it once, and then while inside it, pull out a cutscene item, usually the Wind Waker, on the last frame of Link's invincible flashing animation. If done correctly, the barrier will oscillate, but Link will remain undamaged and in place. The second part of this glitch requires executing an item slide with the correct velocity to clip through the barrier. It's possible to get the angle required for this velocity by first getting into the left corner between the bridge railing and the barrier. From here, go into first person mode, tilt the camera all the way up and line up a specific set of pixels when the castle's Triforce emblem is on the top left of the screen. You can then begin an item slide forward for about 1.5 seconds. From here, Link will begin to slide along the barrier until he hits a certain position, at which point he will clip through. In this category, barrier skip is performed in order to skip the Triforce collecting, thanks to a portal that connects the overworld and Ganon's tower, which is a 30-minute time save here. This also allows you to get the light arrows early, which can actually be used on Jalahar in Earth Temple. Watching the Puppet Ganon cutscene early also messes with Link's inventory and gives him both the Mirror Shield and a fully charged Master Sword. The Mirror Shield early saves 5 minutes there because it allows speedrunners to skip the first half of Earth Temple, and then the fully charged Master Sword messes with the flag completion in the Wind Temple and allows them to skip a cutscene here, and it also glitches the boss music, which is quite funny. Up until barrier skip was discovered on April 2017, speedrunners had to go through pretty much the entire game, beating all dungeons and collecting the Triforce. With barrier skip, the new EMS sequence break became useful, saving 30 minutes over getting the Master Sword normally. Usually to enter the Helmer Rock fight, you're supposed to use the hammer and then defeat Phantom Ganon later on. However, Phantom Ganon is unbeatable without the Master Sword. This was a major problem for runners attempting to get their Master Sword early until May 2017, where runners discovered a new glitch titled door clipping. By manipulating layers, we can now make the door to the Helmer Rock fight completely disappear. Now runners are able to access Helmer Rock early, which gives them the animation set to, required to not make later cutscenes crash, and then the next cutscene gives Link the Master Sword and also allows us to access Hyrule 2 early, which conveniently enough is where the game is at its end. Runners never truly get the bow in any percent, which is in the Tower of Gods. Instead, in order to defeat Phantom Ganon and Puppet Ganon, they get a quiver upgrade early. That allows them to use the bow once they acquire the light arrows. The new fastest route for the category takes advantage of the zombie hover glitch at the very end of the game to access the Ganondorf fight. Sadly, this game is a very low chance of success because each fairy's path is random, meaning the probability of failure is around 90%. Speedrunners must execute this glitch because getting the hookshot and taking an alternate route will take an additional hour and a half. At one point, due to the randomness of the any percent route, runners getting the All Dungeons world record were also getting the any percent world record. This ended when the first true any percent run was completed by the runner Linker7, then followed by Fuzziness with a time of 1 hour 56 and 11 seconds. This was completed on the 14th of April. Time passed with both Linker7 and Gymnast86 competing for the world record spot, slowly lowering their time, and at one point there was a tie world record of 1 hour 38:57 seconds by both runners. On the 30th of July 2017, the first sub 1 hour 30 run was completed by Gymnast86. His time was 1 hour 23 minutes and 24 seconds. 6 days later, on August the 5th, Linker7 claimed the world record, which currently stands at the time of recording this video with a time of 1 hour 22 minutes and 34 seconds. This shaved nearly a minute off Gymnast's world record. Runners are always discovering new glitches and strategies to shave seconds off their personal best, and I'm positive that the run will reach new milestones in the near future. You can join the Wind Waker HD speedrunning community Discord by clicking the link in the description or by following the official speedrunning leaderboards. Again, the link to that is in the description. But with that said, this episode of Speedrunning History is coming to an end. If you did enjoy the video, you can let me know in the comment section below. I read every comment. You can also show your support by liking and subscribing to be notified when I next release another episode. You do get lad points for doing this, by the way, so I highly recommend it. A big thank you to Azza67 and Gymnast86 for feeding me a ton of information about this game. You're both legends. And also thank you to the Wind Waker HD Speedrunning Discord for being very supportive throughout making this video. Speaking of Discords, I made a Discord server for the channel where you can chat with me, leave me video suggestions and communicate with other people who share the same interests as you. And until the next one, what a story, Mark.
What? Guys, I did it! 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 I did barrier skip! Woohoo! Get it! I'm so good at this game, man. I did it!